Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome to a bit of Vampyr, where we're hoping to progress the plot a little bit more, because, as we understand it, the truth of vampires is known by some of the most prolific people of old London town. We seem to have cured most of the illness, but I think I'm just going to do my rounds early on. As I seem to recall, there was more that could be done.
It's locked, all right.
I think I'll have to talk to the doctors more, because I want to try and figure out... There's a quest I've got to discern the cause of death. So I think I'm going to go back into the morgue and just have a bit of an explore. Is there any way I could crack quests? Excuse me. Is there any I could track quests? So these two are responsible. The death of Samuel Connor. Cause of death. So I know Dr. Swansea needs to speak to me, but I really want to try and figure out a quest of Erwin. I'll see for how long I can play today. Time on as well. This is a frame of reference. Okay. Yeah, so should have a nice few hours to sit and chill. Little personal notes. My mental health has massively improved since not worrying about ranting about the games industry and things like that. Like, it's genuinely boosted massively. I feel so much better about things. And as I said before, I have an appreciation of things. I don't know if I mentioned this before about how Luton09, who did a video on the Adeptus Custodes and women featuring in it, he actually was saying, like, towards the end, because I was a bit like, I don't like the way this video's starting, but then I watched the video and, you know, give him an earnest shout, and at the end of the day, it's like you're saying, look, I'm playing with my daughter in the backyard, and it's like, all of this seems so insignificant. Like, why am I ranting and raving at one when, at the end of the day, I have a family that I have a responsibility to look after and a love of doing so. And that sort of, like, again, that sort of put things into perspective for me again. The idea that yeah, there's just so much more to this than just being angry. That, do I have life, like, is life so bad because of X, Y, and Z? I can, don't go wrong, I fully empathise with people who've lost their jobs and livelihoods in the industry, or things that people might find unfavourable in their favourite media. But otherwise, life's good, and I'm in a very, very privileged position where actually I can rant and rave and wag my finger angrily. You know, it's I take, like, I'm not saying that, look, one should ignore all the bad in the world for the sake of one's mental health and ignorance, but
Oh my God!
But yeah, just take some time for yourself. You can empathise without getting up in arms, and yeah, that's what I've done. And yeah, like I've had like a bit of a bad week getting back into work, but I will say that at least I actually have a job. You know, I have a job. I actually have. Very fortunate to work for the money I get. You know, our company's just sent like out like a pay rise to all colleagues. I'm like, that's pretty good, you know, to compete. Yeah. And I sympathise greatly with those who don't have those opportunities that I do. I'm just looking out for stuff to kill. I don't think I've actually been down this way. Oh yes, I have. I know where we are. Oops, I noticed. Bloody hell. Jesus. You know what? I'm having my blood back. There. How'd you like them apples? They're made of vitamin B. I mean, full of vitamin B. Never mind. But yeah, I'm pretty chilled out. I'm still trying to get attuned to the game again. This pay packet. Right. Just trying to find the directions. I never would have guessed to really sort of gone this way to find the cause of death for this person, but here we are. Just where is this taking me anyway? Is it actually taking me into the morgue? Have I just gone all the way around for nothing? Right. Where do you actually want me to go? Are you telling me, like, to go along this blue dotted line here? Or what? No, because that's got to be the district, hasn't it? Does it? I don't actually know. The map, the legend is absolutely useless here. Right, do I leap up somewhere? Does this area not open up yet? Right, I'm going to try and wander around and just see if I can get that way. Does this door open? No. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure this out. Because there is a blood trail here, so that might actually help me out.
I have this thirst for blood.
Do I
It's
actually?
locked.
It's locked, okay. Okay, let's go down this way and let's see if we can find any way around. Not a whole lot going on in gaming news that you probably don't already know about already. The creator of the mod Fallout London, which remains in development, has spoken up about Bethesda, saying that their mod is ruined. A mod that's been in development for a long time. Because at least is jeopardized rather because of the next gen patch for Fallout 4, which was announced. Apparently, it was announced 18 months ago. I wasn't aware, but apparently this dev was not. Because yes, they've spoken about it. Okay, let's do a different quest, because this one I can't seem to find yet. Well, of course, death. Search for Thoreau Strickland's order. Well, where's that? That's across this way. So yeah, and the developer originally said they wanted it out for a certain time, but oh, it's a level 16. That's handy. Right, we're gonna have to beat the fuck out of you there because you're into shadow magic. That's my one thing. Oh, and you're that's just fucking great now. And he's resistant to guns. That's just marveloso. Stamina regenerate. So not. See, I'm not quite certain of what this resisted thing means. Like, surely, like, if he's going to resist, it would be the bullets, as indicated by his health bar. I don't know why he's resisting melee damage. Unless it's because he's a skull. Right, he's feeding into his blood. Right, give me my meds, old man. Penning codeine and clover essence. Dr. Strickland's list. Ordered by Dr. Thoreau Strickland, Pembroke Hospital. List of substances and ingredients: Lacrima papaveris, metaclopium, sodium hypochlorite, potassium permanganate.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Never a good move. It was like wasn't like the big thing at the time. Mind you, I understand like opiates like massively overly subscribed. even to this day. There was a documentary, I don't think I've seen it yet, called Dope Sick, which apparently goes into like how opiates are massively overprescribed in the country. My most dog threat level is serious here. Bit to the docks, haven't we? Yeah, okay. At least that door's unlocked. Need to go back this way anyway. Or do we? The docks, who's sick? Fatigue and cold. I need to heal 2 people now. Let's turn vamp vision on.
Arms me to know you can't see. You again. What do you want?
Do you need medical help, sir?
Yeah, I do. If you can throw in some drugs, I can find use for that too.
So you can sell them on the black market? Sorry. I'll only provide you with exactly what you need.
Fair enough, Dr. Reid. Don't cost me nothing to ask.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
There we go.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
Giving out for free? You'd make a poor businessman, Dr. Reid.
I wasn't asking.
Perhaps I would. Please, take this. You will feel better.
Thank you. But don't expect me to owe you anything.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Okay, I've got 25 XP for treating good illness. Who else needs what? They're all recovering. Oh dear. People are a bit badly here. Fortunately, I think I do know actually how to make the migraine medicine. But I need to handle the quest. What's down here, Brittle? Bit of the waterways, I don't know. Man here. Is it still the way across? Let's check the... Yeah, everything seems fine there. Yep, okay. Right, yeah, so, yeah, Fallout London, I thought it was officially endorsed by Bethesda, but unless they've just bought people from it, whatever. Yeah, like, they're saying like how like Bethesda didn't communicate it, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, but it's a mod, you know, and I've been very passionate about that mod as well, if I've been working years on it. But Bethesda do update their games, and those updates do sometimes break mods and require a lot of work. It's unfortunate, but that's the business. It is entirely untrue, of course, that Bethesda make millions from mods. No, they don't. There are plenty of people who will play those games without mods.
And good evening to you, Dr.
I'm sure they
Reid.
made a lot of
Can I
money,
be of any
especially
help?
on PC, but yeah. The fact that most of their customers are modders isn't true when you look at like the console sale numbers and things like that. Consoles where mods don't work.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reid? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reid. That's all I'm asking.
Trying to remember the term. It was like venom dosis edit or something like that. Venenum dosis edit, which is like the dosage makes the poison. So yeah.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reid. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reid. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease, with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. You don't know what that means to me.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Okay. So, I might just well have these samples. Bring 6 units of these suppliers. Okie dokie. So we'll do that. But yeah, Fallout London is like possibly looking to be like one of the biggest mods of Fallout 4. Do I not have what we need? To a medical desk. What do I actually have then? So, sodium hypochlorite to potassium Pomeranian. Right. So I've got that, so I've got 6 of those and I need 1. I've got 104 sodium hypochlorite. Ferrous tartrate I need 6 of. I've got 143, right, okay. I formulate the medication. So what is I'm actually making? Mind you, I actually need to make some stuff as well, so... What the fucking hell? That's not my medical desk. My medical desk is over here.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
I think they'll lose a great medical mind. What irresponsible behavior. We're costing lives by doing this. Improve recipe.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid. Can I be of any help?
Improved your mixture.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reid. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay, it's not be lazy prick. Asking me to go to his office, then. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go to your office. I'm gonna raid everything in there. I'm gonna steal all your drugs. I'm gonna eat them all. Goddamn right, it's been unlocked. Right, what's in this chest?
It's locked.
It's locked, of course it is, right. But before I do that, I'm gonna read all your mail. That's Dr. Swansea. Dear Dr. Swansea, despite the actual urgency of the sanitary situation, I must inform you of a recent case of professional misconduct inside the Pembroke. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan has been found guilty of undeniable unprofessional conduct, and thus guilty of endangering a patient. Under no circumstances should a nurse diagnose and establish a prescription without at least informing the referent doctor about her conclusion. You know me, Edgar, I'm not against personal initiative when it is for the interest of all, especially during a crisis like the one we're facing. But we can't allow a nurse to perform a diagnosis and decide on the procedure to apply to a patient. The fact that said patient survived is no attenuating circumstances. It just means that we dodged the bullet this time. I'm the strictest authority in this matter. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. Okay. I'm Goswick Medical File. Patient Mortimer Goswick, male, age 23, followed by Dr. Ackroyd. Status convalescence. Date of admission 27th of October. Date of release to be determined. Notes. The patient shows signs of extreme fatigue and major sores on the throat, mouth, and tongue, but no signs of flu. Refuses to speak, it is too painful. Needs rest and healing of throat mucous membrane before any decision can be made considering his release. Okay, so we're learning a bit more about the patients here.
It's locked, all right.
God damn it.
It's locked. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
Okay, so we've learned a bit more about the doctors here. Nurse.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
This is not the place, I think, is sort of dismissing complaints. Like, you're agreeing with her, but it's like, now's not the time. But I'll say she has my support.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK medical register. Change is slow, but it will come.
The British
You will
medical register.
always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
By this horrifying epidemic.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reid, any good news to share?
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life. She has what it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could be the next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reid, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Do you have anything I need?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I was under the impression he had like a recipe, but I don't think he does.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Yeah, like I have full sympathy for the developer whose game has been turned upside down, mods have been turned upside down. But I'm surprised it's newsworthy, really, because so many will be affected by it, and
Is this
it happens all
supposed
the
to be
time.
an hospital? A pigsty would smell better. Hey, Doc.
Yes, let's give him his knife.
I have found a gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
When I get back, I'll have a word with Tom. He's really pissed me off this time.
You know what?
Hey, Doc.
A man's died already. Under my watch. We've not got a clean record anymore. Going to clean up the streets of London. We're going to prevent the death of innocent.
extorted, stole. Now I die. Fuck it. I'll live the way I wanted.
Change in music is so haunting and so very, very good. Clay's hatchet is now mine. If I want to, I can upgrade it. The man's wedding ring is mine to disassemble for scrap. Before I continue, is there anything I need to loot, anything I need to look at, anything I need to read?
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I analysed the blood.
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the bodies that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I may turn London into my realm.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
The music here isn't very appropriate, is it? The eye was in the tomb. Ooh. Sounds like a Pulp Fiction horror story. Reese Stonebridge Cemetery. Do I want to do that? I don't want to heal some people.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary.
Mary!
I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
You fucking killed her, pal. That's what happened. Right, let's have a look at who needs treatment. So, people in Whitechapel need treatment. Okay. I have only one migraine remedy that I can offer. So, let's go to Whitechapel. Oh, which is up that way anyway. Ah, we always go the long way around. Let's go. So yeah, my thoughts go out to the maker of the Polo, London dev. It must be hard. But it's strange as well seeing like they've said this, but I think a few weeks ago they were saying like how their mod is gonna have to be pushed back because of it has a release date because it wasn't gonna meet the deadline. So hey ho, fair enough. But yeah, I'd say their attitude has changed, but it's like, look, I appreciate the frustration. You know, you've worked hard on this mod and it changes, but Bethesda owe you no consultation or communication. And if that's what was bothering you, yeah, sorry matey. Let's cure some people.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Cadogan.
Mr. Bates.
Evening, Doctor.
Evening, Doctor.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Heard it closed after the owners died. Refugees don't want to come to Whitechapel no more. Scared, I hear.
You sound disappointed.
As long as she was there at the dispensary, it attracted more immigrants and kept my place full. Such a shame.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
Let's clean your cold first.
Mr. Bates.
Evening.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
So, he will recover, unfortunately. But when he does, his blood will grant me a lot more goodness. And when it does, more scum shall be removed from the gene pool. unfortunately, the influenza can't get all the bosses. Like Chapel. Let's see how far this starts going. When I say laboratoire, oh, sorry, I meant cementoire. Yeah, healthy, ah shit. Who am I looking for then who's diseased? Great unclean. The unwashed hordes. Of all London town. Seriously, right. Mason Swanborough, where can I find you? No idea. Great start. Benjamin Palm, I think you're the bloke who got shot. I've been getting back into Dota 2. I say getting back into it, I never really was into it in the first place. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm actually really enjoying it. They've got a new event. It was actually on the day I started playing as well. I just thought, oh, I fancy playing a MOBA. And yeah, and I thought, oh, okay, that's good. And like, there's a storyline, there's like the battle pass and whatnot, so I thought, yeah, I'll actually get the battle pass just because. The game's actually quite fun. I'm not very good at it. I get like 2 kills a match and 20 deaths or whatever.
Can I help? I'm afraid not, Mr. Reid.
But yeah, it's fun. I like it. Last game I played was with Beastmaster. It's very much my kind of thing. I realised like Pusher, I think it's like my favourite role because I love that in HOTS. Like Sergeant Hammer and Sylvanas Windrunner, like my favourite characters to play. Because like going after the PvE side of it, I love that. So I might actually reinstall HOTS. Updates for it are no longer happening, but hey, decent enough game.
I have found a very interesting letter. Your son planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing your medicine.
Oh, I see. So the little bugger thought he could use his dad to build a reputation.
The gang's recruiter was dead when I found him. Perhaps you should take better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me. It's just... well, I'm an arsehole, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for the letter. This is for your trouble.
Takes a lot of balls to a minute.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I visited her dispensary recently. If I'd heard about it sooner, it would have made life easier.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to help your body heal, sir. But you must stop destroying it.
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail.
Right. So I've given out one of my 2... I've given my only remedy, really. So what do I do now? Dare I? What else do I need to do? So it's just one illness I need to treat now. Migraine. For treatment of a migraine, I need... Oh, I do actually have a treatment. Yay! Okay, right. Right, so... where might I find this bloke then? Let's keep looking around. Because if we can heal everybody... that means that I can rest easy and I can actually go to bed. But do I want to yet? Or do I want to actually go out and find some more things to kill and then... you know, get more XP and such? I mean, is there anything else to kill? Because...
I cannot enter.
place is healthy. What to do? I need to find you though, Mason Swanborough. Do you live in a house? I know that's such a stupid question, but yes, I know him. I do know him, but I don't think he'll talk to me. So at least I've got enough of everything now. I just need to know how to find him. Because he's in like a little area. I know none of this is helpful, but I think it's around this way. Going the wrong way.
When science fails you,
there's no more people there now.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
I can't find him. I don't know what to do. I think we're just gonna have to bite the bottom. Huh. Okay, you know what? Oh shit, in the cemetery, no! No, we don't want to do that yet. Well, we'll track it anyway. Find out to whom the scarf belongs. Choose Barrett Lewis box. We can do that. Let's get some side quests done. Yes, Dota's quite fun. I've been trying to do some different games. Gigantic is good. I know I broke my oath of buying more games. But yeah, like Gigantic's good. But yeah, like Gigantic's good. That sorted itself out. Oh, by the way, yes, PSA, if you're playing the game on PlayStation 5, well, do not play it on PlayStation 5. It will break your system. Like, I mean, you'll have to do a hard reset on your PS5. When the game crashes, it's like, no, you have to turn off the mains, and then you have to do a hard reset. Like, at best, you know. So just be wary if you are going to play that game. The devs are active in fixing bugs, but like this one. This one they have not been able to fix it, as near as I can tell. Yeah. So, we're going to exterminate us, and this one actually has a gas launcher. I like how he's the only one wearing the gas mask, but no one else. Ah, shit. Glow in the eye was very Dark Souls there. How quick I may have taken a syrup. Watery rich blood sample. Just like how Mama used to make. Check. Everything seems to be fine. Okay, and oh, nice. I appreciate we haven't done too much, or it doesn't feel like we've done too much in this episode. I am just trying to mop up side quests before we do the boss battle. And I really want to rest up before we do that, because it might be a big one. But yeah, Gigantic's good. And I think now it's like the player base has sort of figured itself out in a way. Yeah, because like when I first started playing, it's like I play like 13 games, and like I'd won 2. I'd won one game out of 10. I didn't feel like I really had a significant enough contribution. There were a lot of like 5-man groups, pre-mades, so pre-made groups put together, and yeah, that wasn't great. So, I wonder it's... Oh, yes, I see. I think it's up there. Aha! Move higher up. Nice. Yeah, so like, there were a lot of like 5-man groups and people who didn't really know how to play the game. But now I think people have figured it out. So you got the used hatchet and you got Clay's hatchet. So I assume that this basically exists if you don't get Clay's hatchet. So I imagine most NPCs will have their own weapon. Like Milton, for example, if you feed on him, yes, you can get a shotgun, but you can also get Milton's shotgun for free, I imagine. So this just is the same weapon, it's just like this one gives you a higher base damage. This will probably have the exact same skill tree. Yep, blood and stun. Yeah, all the rest of it. So, yeah. But, we can go further up. Shoot.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. There's a letter inside.
There's a letter inside, let's have a look-see. Barrett, there's no easy way to say it, so I'm going to be blunt. We can't keep on like this. At least I can't keep on like this. If Joe ever finds out about us, about his wife and his best friend, it'll crush him, and then he will kill you. We had some good time together, but let's face it, I'm never gonna be your Jane Lewis. You know it and I know it too. So I'm ending this right here and right now. If you agree with my decision, I'm sure we'll find a way to be happy again. You, Joe and me, in time. And then the most important part of our story will have been preserved. Until that day, I wish you'd forgive me. Goodbye for now, Jane Peterson.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
I'm gonna give it to Barrett. So, here's the thing about cheating. If someone's gonna cheat on someone with you, they will do it to you as well. So in that sort of relationship, you're gonna have to accept that you are that any person they end up with is gonna be the side chick or the side, whatever the male equivalent is, a side guy, the toy boy, yeah, the boy toy rather, yeah. In this case, it's like, I know what kind of man Joe Peterson is. He's violent. I think he could actually end up killing his wife. And Barrett. And, hey, look, Barrett deserves shit, but does he deserve to die? No. Let's see ya.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you...
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? I found this box in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, this is mine. So, you faced those loons that roam around there. Extraordinary.
I suppose I was lucky.
Luck is a commodity round here. Yours should be properly rewarded.
About this package, it's not just tools and trinkets, is it?
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Do you mean...
Oh yes, of course, his
you're
wife.
Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Another quest succeeded. Where's this quest going to take me? Find out to whom the scarf belongs. So that's something that's just not going to happen, basically. Unless I talk to more people. Braille alphabet. Right, next docks. Come up with the grave diggers. Ah, Dr. Swansea has new dialogue available. Choose some bottles of gin. The stash. Over the western docks. Don't think that's going to happen just yet, because it's going to require some work getting there. Look at the site where the bombing took place. Yes. Also down in Southwick, which we're probably not going to get to yet. I'll find that yet. Okie dokie. Ah, we can find it that way. Okay, good. Seems to be a little bit dangerous out here. Yeah, so Gigantic's good. Nice little MOBA. I think people know how to play the game now, which certainly helps. And there's no more. Join up once a day. Let's go nurse. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good game. But nice and casual as well, I find. It's not too sweaty. Player base is doing alright as well.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
Ah, Mesmerize needs to go up. So he doesn't want my medicine. You know we've got it. Right. No, I don't mean, you know we've got it. I mean, well, if you want to. Right, you know what, let's upgrade some weapons, how about that? Say if I were to upgrade Clay's hatchet, how much would that go up to? 85, 110. Okay. Increase the damage, or increase... 3 stun points. Yeah. Okay. So now, how's this looking? So 121 damage. 20. How much stun does it do? That's 3 points. Stun points. That's 6 stun points. Okay. It does a fair amount more damage. I'm actually going to equip the hatchets. I use more stamina as well. Bulk. Let's equip it anyway. What else can we do? Upgrade our gun. 20 good handle. Okay. Okay. Okay, never mind. Right, well, worth a try. Oh yes, we've got some shite. Sombra cordial. Yeah. Made some serums. Let's rest up because the boss is coming up and I need to level up. Because I don't know how bad this is going to get. So we can't upgrade that because we require to do that. We need to be level 14. So the exclamation marks as well tell us what we can and can't upgrade. My health is fine. Stamina could go up absolutely, but I really want my blood capacity to go up maybe. Let's add up our options first because I want to know if it's actually worth doing. My blood absorption. Yes, 100% I want that. Before I do anything else, because this is really good, I love this power. It's a great power, but if enemies are resistant to shadow magic, there's no point. So do I want something else? Defensive coagulation, you block the... this one's pretty good. You block the target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. So it's... you stun them. What else can you do? So you gain blood from that and you can stun them longer. Okay, not bad. Spring towards them. Blood Cauldron. I'm actually fine with this. And I'm going to go with Blood Spear just in case, because I need an actual blood attack. Mind you, this is good. Let's go for Blood Spear. Now that we've got that, we've got 2,000 points to spend. Where do I spend 2,000 points? Do I want to spend it on a big thing, like an upgrade for, say, this, which will increase the damage done by a marginal amount, and then we can start getting into these, or, even though it's quite expensive, or do I actually just go into these? No, I'm going to go to these. I love increasing my blood capacity. I do want greater stamina generation. Let's have some more health from fighting as well. Can I get anything else for 300 blood? I don't really want to... yeah, I'm not going to go for the science ones here. They're increasing the amount of bullets and serums you can carry. There's no point. I'm going to hold on to that. And we're going to rest for the night. The following night, let's see what advancements there are. Disappearances in Whitechapel. Reports of missing disappearances have escalated in the past weeks. It's reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenal appearance... a phenomenon appears to be a nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have been converged around a single area in the country, Whitechapel, London. Yes, once more, the despised and loathed East End is left to struggle on its own, continuously overlooked by the authorities, even while numerous families on the district report the unexplained disappearances on their relatives and neighbours. What has happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them and seems to be their health, and they need for urgent medical attention. Until recently, it was a local secret that the only place to get help was the discreet dispensary managed by unidentified Good Samaritans. But the place now seems to be closed, and no one has any news on that facility. The persons go to a more secret place, have they been discreetly removed to a more official service? One day soon, the London City Council's Board of Health will have to answer for this new mystery. E.W. My mesmerize level has gone up. A major event has happened. There have been disappearances. Okay. The cox has been removed. The area is slightly less healthy now. This place is stable for now. West End situation is slightly worse, I think. So we awaken to a new day.
Crush the meat, boy! Come on! I'll kill him!
That doesn't take too long. Oh yes, I need to equip my axe as well. Let's see if it's worth it. Let's see if the damage is worth a trade-off in stamina. I reckon it will be. Right. I need to see Mr. Bates. Yep, blood gain's good. You're telling me. Like he's just stood there in the gas and like totally unfazed. Oh, but it's okay, he's just got a cloth wrapped around his face around it. Mind you, the Russians in the First World War, were, when they were besieged by gas, pissed on a load of rags wrapped around the bases, and charged the Germans out the gas, blind and choking, and it was thus known as the Attack of the Dead Men, which Sabaton have since covered. Great band as well. Sabaton are absolutely amazing.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe?
Mr. Bates, it's time.
Mr. Bates.
Evening, Doctor.
Evening, Doctor. I think the blood test is telling me to go a different one. So I originally said of Vampire that I preferred the Doctor sort of side to the game than the Vampire side, and it's like, no, it's actually pretty good. Mr. Bates no longer will exploit the living.
Was I that evil to deserve such punishment? My only regret is that no one will mourn me, for I have never been loved.
But why should you be? For the things you did. Cadigan's treasure. Alarm, clock, music box, broken watch, etc. They can be recycled into components. An unknown event happened. Down this way. It's in the dispensary. So yeah, you really have to either embrace the vampire stuff or the doctor stuff. But this game isn't as bad as some others. Oh shit. Just 10 levels above me. Nurse Dorothy Crane has fallen to vampirism. Well, don't think we're getting the nice achievements at the end of this run.
Can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
I regret it too. I wish she'd continued working at the Pembroke Hospital. She was a good nurse.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Well, we seem to have fucked a few things up. So this playthrough might be taking an interesting turn. Yeah. It's like, it's not enough to deliver justice in this setting, you have to deliver the correct kind of justice. For example, you are not justified by giving Clay Cox his knife and proceeding to drink his blood. No. The answer would be to not give him the knife at all. Do you not get the XP? No, you don't. That's role-playing games for you. Sometimes the best answer is to not do the thing. And yeah. Sometimes that's a kick up the arse. Other times that's playing the game. Fight him. Never mind. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with my gaming and such. Oh, I will sort of not backpedal on the statement earlier about Bethesda. I think it's entirely incorrect. I will stand by the fact that it remains entirely incorrect that Bethesda made millions of their mods, but they have absolutely seen indirect support for their game through mods. You know, people have shown more interest in that in their games because of the mods, and they then bought the games even without the mods, or knowing that they have mod support or whatnot, simply by virtue of the fact that the games get more exposure. That out there. I think New Game Plus is something that is in, I think, far too many games for the sake of being there. But I think Vampyr, with its progression systems and whatnot, is one that could absolutely benefit from a New Game Plus system. So that way you can, you know, you can have like your evil playthrough first, and then you could do the other playthrough afterwards. I know I hate these guys the most. I'm going to try and kill him anyway. I want my 15 experience points. Yeah. It's like people say, well, what about the replayability? And it's like, well, a game is replayable if it's good. You know, like Spyro the Dragon doesn't have New Game Plus, it doesn't have alternate endings, it doesn't have this, that, and the other. But it's so replayable just because it's a good game. Like, games have always been replayed. Movies will never change no matter how many times I watch them, how many, the order I do things in. But again, it's all good. It's all fun.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
That emboldens me. It's going. There's plenty of rats. Risk blood sample. Risk. Is that, I don't think they're using that word correctly. Risk walk. I don't know. Well, I suppose maybe it is actually. I think just before we do approach the boss battle, I will perhaps just go for a pedal. Hey! New hideout! Oh, examine it for blueprints. Stamina regen. By 100% fit. Okay, that's not bad. Right, I'm just gonna walk through these.
I cannot enter.
I'm gonna open these doors, so at least they're open from the other side. Christ, I'm really sorry about that light, by the way. It's flashing. Okay, so we're in another. Ah! Right. Bit of a detour then, so we might be able to find that cause of death from this side. Go down this way.
Fuck, it's fast!
You didn't have that. He's resistant to melee weapons. It's a bit of a while. That's the only attack he managed to get in that entire time. Pathetic. But yeah, replayability of games. No, a game just has to be good. That's it. Like, No Country for Old Men is a film I could watch over and over again. Christ, I think I watched Nanny McPhee 3 times in a row just because it was that good. I did Knock. It's a very funny film. Yes. Ah, you want that stuff again.
Warning, sir! Over there!
Yeah. I will say though, like, there is one thing, like, I know a lot of people say, like, mods add replayability to games, and I'm like, I sometimes struggle to wonder how. I genuinely don't know how people put literally thousands of hours into, like, the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Like, without, like, new quests and things like that. Because I don't want new quests, new characters, new locations. And a lot of mods can do that, and I give full praise to those too. But I don't get it myself, and yet... Simple chemist. Ah, he's a boss character.
I cannot enter.
Or a mini-boss character, I should say. In quite cramped circumstances. Oh, what is going on with the lighting there? Seriously. I was about to say fix it, but... I think we're well past that stage now. And this game came out in, like, what, 2019 or something? No, more recent than that, wouldn't it? I don't know. But I'm very glad for this game, to be honest. I love it. Yeah. Oh, you got shadow scars, aren't you? Oh, I hate you then. It made me waste my shadow ability. Wow, the breaking of that stone sounds so good. Right. Let's press onwards. Yeah, before we get to the main bit, I really want to try and just explore this place and have a look around. Because I suspect this might be a place for farming and stuff. Now, I know I said this often, like, I always made this video, I made this video to my darling dearest, but, so if I do sort of explain things, I'm not trying to make you sound like, you know, my audience is retarded. I'm literally just saying these things because my partner doesn't play games very often, but likes to try and understand how things work. Sometimes re-explain the terminology. So farming, in this instance, farming or grinding, I think the meanings are pretty much interchangeable now. It used to be like more distinct. Like a lot of things, like back when endgame actually meant something differently. I'll explain that in a moment. So farming in games, or grinding, is basically the act of like doing something over and over again. So in this instance, like if I were to farm these mobs, these enemies, I would so it would mean that I would go back to this place over and over again, wait for enemies to respawn, or come back and kill them for their experience points. I'd do that over and over again. So yeah. There's someone in distress. at least they're reasonably level. Thank Christ for that. Mind, I say that like they were reasonably level before.
Somebody help! What do you want?
Want to suck your blood?
Somebody help!
Age of experience points. Ha ha ha.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reid. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Oh. Goodbye. Don't mind me.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to take a quick pedal. But look at that scene. That's by the light, Mr. Reid. Right, yeah, I'm just going to take a quick pause and then I will be back. We will end this part, though, on doing the boss battle. Right, so I will see you in a bit. And I am back. Excuse me. Still got a bit of this cough, but it's alright.
This man's far too old to be Samuel.
It's great that you can recognise him, given the, you know, the fucking state of him.
No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
But he's face down, so I'm glad you mentioned his clothes and not... Oh yes, obviously. Him for his face.
It's locked.
It's locked. Yep.
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Oh dear. Yeah. Best to, hadn't I? Yep. Yep. Yeah. I'll just make a noise now. Oh, more
As
stuff.
I feared. Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Well, at least it's not going to help as big as a Royston Lass's ass, so... Yeah. Oh, lovely. Almost as big as an Irish ass. Nah, I can't even... I'm not even going to try the accent. I'm never going to do that. I apologise to anyone remotely Italian. But I love that line from The Sopranos. Balls as big as an Irish broad's ass. I did it again, I'm so sorry, gang. I really am. Just stuck with me there. It's brilliant. Is it a quest item? Personal diary. 12th of October. Father Whitaker is so righteous, so full of compassion and love for the suffering ones. His words are all this city needs. Tonight I gave him all I have, my strength, my faith, my wealth. If that is not good enough, I know where to find more. 17th of October. Father Whitaker and I went to an abandoned house near St. Mary's Church. It was an awful and smelly place. Rats were disputing the rooms to the last remaining residents of the decrepit flats. Most of them were sick. Awful, awful odours. On the last floor, Father Whitaker found an old man lying on a dirty mattress, coughing and spitting blood in a wooden bowl. Father Whitaker knelt before him and prayed for a long time. The man seemed to feel better. Then when we helped him find the light, I cried then and I cry now as I write these lines, for I've never seen a soul so relieved to finally be redeemed. Father Whitaker is a saint. If it's not presumptuous nor sinful expression of pride, I wish I'd be able to save as many souls as he does. It's a real privilege to witness such miracles. 19th of October. Tonight, we both went to the whorehouse as bordered the canal. I must admit I was very afraid to cross the path of the Jezebels, but the buildings were abandoned for a long time. Wars and infections go together, explained Father Whitaker. But their customers quickly get scared when there's mention of disease. And last brother, we found 2 sick women sleeping together in a sinful attitude on dirty blankets. The odour was awful once more. The smell of Satan and of the disease, explained Father Whitaker, before kneeling and praying for these 2 lost souls. The women were so frail and sick now, they were not able to move when I threw the petrol on the blankets. Their souls are now cleansed and purified. Ah. "21st of October. Father Whitaker is a saint. I won't let anyone mock the holy man he is. He shall receive more help and support. But as all true prophets, as all the true prophets, he is alone. He needs more from his followers. He needs love and proof of love. Tomorrow I shall go back to the cemetery and unearth more wealth for him. The dead have no need for terrestrial goods, but we need to eat, Father Whitaker and I." Huh. 27th of October. Tonight, for the first time, it was my turn to lead the round. I chose to return where we went 10 years ago, and see if there are any more souls needed to be freed. Father Whitaker approved my choice, since the good man's work is never finished, and Satan never sleeps, he explained. He also said, if I keep showing so much zeal, he may soon give me more important missions and tasks. I can't wait. 3 more souls have been cleansed from any corruption tonight. If it's not presumptuous nor a sinful expression of pride, I dare say on the path to greatness. To greatest. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually one of the best diaries I've read, with all the twists there. I was not expecting how that turned out. Oh dear. But wow, that was quite the shocking twist there. Holy symbols and orichalcum. If you ever face a vampire, never forget the fair holy symbols, as long as you have the faith. A cross, a star of David, an olive branch even, can prove useful. You're repelling the creatures from the pits. But you will not harm them for good. If you really want to harm them, only one solution exists. Forget about wooden stakes or silver bullets. Find yourself the strongest weapon against vampire. Orichalcum. Do you think it's a coincidence that orichalcum was common in Atlantis, according to the legend and ancient writings? Atlantis was infested with vampires, and the place is now known as the Santorini Island. I'll personally pay £10,000 to the man who can provide me some real orichalcum. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly. Oh, and we've got all the vampires of Witnesses of Vampires stuff here. Oh. Still missing stuff here though. On this side. But on the right we've got a lot of stuff, so that might come later. I hope I do get all the lore documents, because I do like reading them. Vampire does have some good stuff. Sorry, think about Royston Lass's skin. Moving swiftly on. What else is going on in gaming? I haven't really been following much. Warhammer. The new box for Kill Team seems quite good. The Night Lords and Mandrakes. Yeah, looks alright. I'd like to get it, but it's too expensive. Like, I'm saving up for a couple of things. One, I'm saving up for a surgery. And the 2 holidays as well. Yeah, it's
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I must reveal. I cannot reveal myself. Well, yes, Jonathan, that's a crime in most civilized countries.
I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her. Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined. My mother would die if she were to see me in this state. I must wait.
Look, wow, look at him as well. Dr. Reid has come quite...
Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined.
Yeah, yeah, the eyes. I do like that in games, like Fable, I think was one of the first to do it.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
$100 during the day.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Priest there, I believe, was called Joseph Larrabee, I believe. So he would appear in the West End.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
Just let the man grieve.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
It's kindness incarnate.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning every night.
I'm learning. Every night is a new what I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'll pull your advice.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
It's locked.
Well, I said there was to be a boss battle.
I cannot enter.
I want a boss battle. Let's find... we have a quest to do. Oh, they're all the way down there. No, it's not that. What's happening over here? Because I know we've meant to find Samuel. No, actually, come back. Well, we can always come back. Let's go to the church. I guess we're playing as long as we can today, then. Yeah. I do apologise for the...
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
It's the Magilla Gorilla. The Camarilla Gorilla.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Could you not told me the vampire laws? I wouldn't have minded a law bank if you wanted a law bank. It's what makes Vampire the Masquerade, you know?
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
I found your disciple.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause.
He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime, and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reid. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen.
Oh, that's it.
You sent a man to...
Okay. Got all his clues. If he were to go missing. In fact, you know what?
Soon the time will come.
Good evening.
It's
Damn.
I have heard enough for tonight.
Can't mesmerize him yet. I need to grow in power. Misguided though he may be, he's still a murderer. And he did not need to burn the bodies.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For or I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary. Forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Okay, so we're going back to the hospital. So it looks like we might not be getting our boss battle after all. But oh Christ, no. After that, it's alright now.
Piece of shit! The power!
Piece of shit!
Be strong, brother! Oh Christ! He's dead!
What else are we going to talk about? I can't remember. I had to do with one. Oh yes, the Warhammer 40,000 Darktide board game is out. I was going to do another episode of Darktide just to talk about it, but I'll talk about it a little bit here, because who knows, I might actually get into it a little bit. Because yeah, it's weird. Hello. these guys do aggravated damage as well, so it's harder to heal back. I like they actually have the strength to just grab him and bite. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, the Dark Tide board game is coming out. My opinions on it are fairly mixed. On the one hand, I'm like, it's like, so as far as it goes, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like your typical, you know, Barnes & Noble Target Warhammer adaptation game. You know, like the non-UK exclusive releases. Why they don't release them in the UK? I have no idea. Excuse me. Because like my game shop, my local game shop, has Blitzball, and apparently it's like the better version of Blood Bowl. Everyone I've spoken to says like it's so much easier to get into, and all the models are pretty much compatible. But no, it's not available here in the UK. The Space Marine board game isn't available here in the UK, or if it is, it's like for extortionate amounts. Limited releases. I don't think you could even get it in like Warhammer World, which is just a pain. So. That wasn't great.
It's not human. Kill it. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Yeah, so like the box contains like a lot of old skulls and a lot of the old sprues, like for the Ogren. It's got like the Blood and Guilty and stuff. Like there's someone did a great breakdown of like the actual contents of it. Some of the models are from Blackstone Fortress, another board game. Some of them are from the Blood and Guilty.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
Oh, can't walk past him. Okay.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Christ, that stuff's actually really hurting my eyes.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones.
Got it. Stop
and black
looking at the screen.
soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Yeah, it's the flickering. So, I've realised that I'm gonna have to... I'm sorry, I actually don't give a shit about what the game has to say right now. At work, I'm really glad that like the lights are being changed.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. The flower's dying. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one. The flower's dying. It needs water.
So, yeah, so I'm having like the lights being changed at work so that because apparently there's loads of flicker. You know, which I've known about for ages, and nothing's been done about it, so I'm really glad that at long last something's been done about it, and hopefully it'll stop the eye strain, because I suffer terrible eye strain at times. No, not terrible eye strain, a lot of people have it a lot worse than I do. But Jesus, that was bad. That really caused me a lot of discomfort. In fact, you know what? Is there a way to turn it off? Flexibility. No. That was bad though. It's like I don't have photosensitive seizures or anything like that, but like Christ, that really was bad.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
They think leech is that really offensive
This is
term.
very bad news. Bad news indeed.
Doesn't mean better.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Sad saying to the eats end.
If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the Guard of Prewin come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the Divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewin. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I understand your need for blood and will not get in your way. But if you could refrain from feeding within these walls, it would go a long way to defending your case.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
Thank you, Edgar.
Okay.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. What on earth happened here?
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
My blood and soul, they belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reid. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Street corner.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Can you tell me anything about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain.
Before I go there, I just want to go this way. Doesn't the patient
This
here?
hospital seems to be... Good evening, Doctor.
No, mind.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reid. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I had shouting coming from the first floor. I was asleep when it started.
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him?
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Can we share this meal?
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
I like that.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia.
Renfield.
No, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
It's like when they were talking about Virgil the first time. I heard mention of him. I was like, it's so obvious, like. They really wanted to make like a Vampire the Masquerade game.
Look, it's on to us.
But for whatever reason, I couldn't talk with them. Mind you, the way, to be honest, the way Vampire the Masquerade has been handled in recent years has been pretty fine. Paradox zone it now, and I like how that guy over there is just like trying to mind his own business. I'm afraid Paladin ain't gonna work. No, I don't think it will. Seems to be a lack of loot. Oh well.
See them fancy clothes?
That must increase my blade damage this way with the amount of times I use it.
We have to stop it!
No, I think I'm good. So gather round. Blood damage is actually doing quite a bit to it, that. Yeah, so the thing is, the more powers you get and want to use, the more blood you're going to end up using. Aggravated damage as well, that's good. Don't NPC us, nice.
Get them weapons ready! Over there! Don't like that, do ya? Oh Christ!
I think I got all the loot.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth? Claws? Murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish. Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire?
Really? Throgmorton?
Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
So first of all, Throgmorton, that name, I believe it's from the Lovecraftian story, A Shadow over Innsmouth. I know that the Throgmortons are mentioned in at least one of his works, but yeah.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Yes, I think the game's trying to tell us to see.
And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Go see. Alright, I think I'm going to take a break after this, so, yeah.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Well, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Okay. So yeah, so I think we will... We'll do that. Level 22, moving out. We'll find a different way around, I'm sure. I mean, I might be able to take it, but 8 levels above my own. Okay, at least we know how to get here.
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
It's on it! Want some of this?
Want some of this?
Killing's all you
Right now I can focus all my attention to it. He's quite resistant to... I think he's just going to keep summoning people.
Want some of this?
That's okay, he's sending people down to... really needs a heal, so we'll... Yeah, he's just going to keep summoning people, so... I guess I'll have auto pistol. Which will get the bullet seems faster. It's nice that you can eventually get the weapons that they have, if that's what it does. One pistol parabellum. So reliable semi-automatic pistol. Oh yeah. Fire 3 rounds, quick succession. Increases damage or decreases reloading time. Yep. It's just a fire damage against beasts and vampires. Just chemical damage against humans. Nice. Pretty good. Do I get that choice eventually? Oh.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
So the side, okay. You know what? That's it, I've had enough. Overkill? Yeah, sure, why not?
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
Killing's all you deserve. Eat this!
That's not gonna work.
Steady, boys! Got one of them here! Like that, do ya?
Fast.
Shit, that leech is fast! Christ, he's dead!
Any other loot that I need to know about? Okie dokie.
It's locked, all right.
It's probably the way out. Say I make my way up here, what happens now? Where actually are we? We're in the Western Docks. Okay, so it is up that way. Is there anything down here? Any loot that I need to get? Any
It ain't human! Kill it!
Oh well, that's the ultimate as well. That takes 100 seconds to recharge. That is not a long time.
We have to stop it!
wondrous views. Yeah, they've got the game's atmosphere down to a T, isn't they?
Turn around, sir. This one's mine! Watch out!
I will actually use this as an opportunity to talk about something gigantic, and I guess maybe some other removers as well. It's like, you notice there like how I'm actually going with the big guys first, the tanks, ordinarily, the ones who are sort of meant to protect the others. Yeah, the thing is, like, in this game they actually probably do more to protect their allies than not. In gigantic, there's a bit of a problem with tanks and frontliners, I guess. The idea that they actually can't really do much to stop them getting to their allies. It's like in Paladins or Overwatch, like you have Reinhardt and Fernando, or rather, Fernando and Reinhardt respectively. They can create shields, like projective walls that people can't pass through, otherwise their weapon attacks can't get through, even if they themselves might be able to move through them. It's but yeah, if you can't actually do anything to stop me from getting to the these squishy allies, then yeah. Oh, I like that. Taking a photo of that. Dangerous, closer than you think. They are already here. Do not let them take the kingdom. See a vampire? Seek for help. Ichabod Thorgmorton, expert vampire hunter. That's a cool poster. And very appropriate for the time as well. Yeah. So yeah. So still looking for loot. Here we are, yep. Yeah. Explore a little bit more. Don't go too far, especially if there's combat ahead. In here. Alpha. Sure is a lot of stuff here.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem a stranger to these parts.
I'm guessing we're in West End. You know, I think I'm gonna have to pause it real quick. Oh, actually, yeah, I think I'll end the video here. We can do all this stuff in the next video. Because yeah, I need to take a break. I don't want my eye strain kicking off either. But yeah, just see if there's any more loot, and then I will shoot off. We'll talk to all these people down here and get to know.
Please, sir, come and have a gander.
This place will be a bit better. So just find a way downstairs. So.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
So yeah, but I'll end it here. So fingers crossed we can find the sad saint of the East End in better shape. But we'll see. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, stuff now. And yeah, I certainly hope that next part will be as entertaining. Or, well, no, a bit more entertaining, to be honest. We'll get a bit more main quest stuff. But yeah. Yes. So thank you very much. Take care. And stuff now.